Accelerate your success by learning from people who've been there and done that and got the t-shirt. In this video, I'll be talking about an important business lesson that I've taken on board and has massively cut my learning curve. Now, as you know, in my business, I've got multiple executives and people that I work with, both non-executive board members and executive members of the team, and also staff members. Now, one thing I would say from the senior team that I have in my business, I am one of the youngest and also one of the most least experienced people in my company. All of the people that I've surrounded myself with are people who are at least 5 to 10 years senior than me in both experience and in age. And what that does, that enables me to learn from the best in my industry and to learn from people who are 10 years my senior in experience. That does two things for me. Number one, like I said, I learn from them. And number two, that enables me to cut out a lot of the mistakes that they've already experienced, either their own business lives or what they've observed in the business world. So today I had multiple meetings with two people specifically, or two meetings, I should say. One person was more about a particular staff issue that we were having in a particular area of our business. And of course, with 50 employees, there's always something or the other going on with staff. I can just imagine when we get to 200, 300 employees, what's going to happen. Of course, by that time, we'll have a inbuilt HR function that looks after that side of the business. But at this present moment, as we're growing, we're currently using an external team. Coming back to the main point, which is using other people's experiences to learn and to ensure that you don't make the mistakes. The second thing I was looking at is we're looking to start an online shop in a area that we're currently not selling online in. In fact, we're not selling online in any way, shape, or form. We are doing online bookings for particular services that we have, but we've got products that we sell that we're currently not selling online. So for the last 3 months, we've been contacting our suppliers to identify which one of those will allow us to sell online. Now, the good news is that majority of the suppliers will allow us to sell online. And we've also got a IT function, third-party IT function, which will build a shop for us. Of course, using the experience to cut that learning curve to learn from them. Now, one area where we were having issues is because, of course, you need to ship, right? You need to ship the products. So we're not Amazon. We're creating our own online shop, which means we want to have our own shipping function. We contacted a couple of companies to identify what is the best method to send out these products in. And we found that they're like really, really expensive. So after doing some research, very short amount, I don't like to spend too much time with these kind of things, but after doing about a short amount of research, there was two particular main products which came about. Now, I was confused about these two products. So what did I do? I found someone, or I know someone who sells online. They've been selling online for multiple years. So I thought, you know what, let me cut my learning curve. And instead of doing the research myself, let me book a meeting with this person and identify how they're selling online and how they're shipping the products. Now, the two particular solutions which I was confused about, he cleared it up within 5 minutes. And I say 5 minutes, it was actually 2 minutes he cleared up the misconceptions, but within 5 to 15 minutes, he was explaining the difference between the systems that we found, the solutions that we found, and also the pros and cons of each solution. So now I've just cut my learning curve, and I'd already decided within that 15-minute meeting that, okay, this is how we're going to start. And eventually, when we get to a certain size, we're shipping X amount of products, then we're going on to the next option, which will then enable us to have a better system in shipping out products. So that is the benefit of learning from people who've been there, done that. And I've done that in business, I've done that in acquisitions, I've done that in all of the areas that I'm currently building upon. And I've got so much more to learn. I'm just at the tip of the iceberg. You can never say that you know everything. However, I definitely know more than most people when it comes down to buying businesses. So if you want to learn how to buy businesses and cut out your learning curve, then of course, I've got a course which is coming out soon, a training which will enable you as an individual, but especially businesses, if you want to acquire and grow via acquisition, double, triple, quadruple, 10 times, 10x your revenue through acquisition, through other people's work, then of course, when that course comes out, when that training comes out, then definitely enroll on that. That's why cut out your learning curve by learning from people who've already done it. I've done multiple acquisitions, both successful and failed acquisitions. Remember, you need to have the failures as well to learn what not to do as well. There are many things that you learn as you do more acquisitions. So actually the process is the same. You've got 10 main steps to do, 8 to actually complete the deal, and then 2 other steps thereafter after the deal to make sure that you are smooth with your acquisitions. But each acquisition and each failed acquisition brings you that nuanced information that you need and that nuanced experience that you need to make sure that you're better and better each and every single time. So always learn from more experienced people in whatever you're learning to do, whether that's marketing, whether that's sales, whether that's recruiting, whether that's acquisitions.